Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Guitar Effects. My name's Rob. In this video, we're going to be talking about the HX effects and how to use it in a direct context, so without an amplifier. In order to do so, I'm going to combine it with the Amoon American Sound and an allure, which it has the capacity to load in one of its effects blocks. So I'm going to get into that and talk about it in a second, but before I do, the first thing to do is to have a listen to that rig in action, so to speak. So here you go. So, yeah, hopefully as you can hear from that, it behaves quite well as a direct recording or gigging, for that matter, solution, I presume. I've not tried it in a gig situation yet, but so there's a couple of different ways you could do this. You could use one preamp and build a board around it, which is what I'm doing, or you could use two preamps, one in each loop, and switch between them with different allures connected to each one. I tried that, by the way, and I preferred just one preamp using the other preamp as a distortion pedal going into it, which I'll show you in the audio section in a minute. I have both preamps running into loops 1 and 2, and I then just built a board around it. So I have a compressor, a tremolo, a clon, the two different preamps on switches, and then a Cosmos Echo and a reverb. It's a really simple board, but I think it demonstrates the ability of the HX effects to load a preamp into one of its loops, put an allure at the end of the chain, and then run out of its output direct. In truth, in a live situation, I would definitely run into a DI box to boost cable length to get to a desk or whatever, and also to give the right level of signal out. But other than that, throw this bag in its, or throw this little pedal board, which I'll put on screen now, into its gig bag, and over your shoulder, guitar on your other shoulder, off you go to the gig, no amp needed, theoretically. So yeah, that's kind of the setup. Let's have a listen to it now. So as always, before I go into the demo, I'm just going to tell you about my signal chain. This is my 2014 60th anniversary, like standard Fender Strat. There's nothing special about it. It's got a Seymour Duncan 59 in the bridge, so it's single hum. Though I do think this format of mini humbucker or humbucker in a single coil size space is less humbuckery than an actual humbucker. Okay, then it's going straight into the HX effects pedal board, and the Ecstasy and the American Sound are routed into effects loops 1 and 2, and then I'm going straight out of the pedal board into the interface, so there's no amp involved at all. Okay, so with everything turned off, sounds like a Strat being played directly into an interface. Okay, so starting with it is worth mentioning at this point that the allure I'm using is actually a free allure from Line6 from their Allure pack, and it's the 112 Deluxe cabinet allure. So here's just a Minotaur, as if you're playing a Clon Centaur plugged directly into a speaker cabinet. Okay, not great. So if I turn it off and bring the American Sound in, so I'll just give you my signal path. The first yellow switch here, the Rochester comp is first, then the Minotaur, which is Clon, then the two loops, the Joyo and the Bogner, then the harmonic trem, the Cosmos Echo, and there is a spring reverb on the expression pedal. Okay, I'm going to give it a little bit. So here is the American Sound. Pretty nice. So then, things I can do with just that sound straight off. So there's just very, very lightly playing on the neck pickup. I can then hit the same thing a bit harder. Start to get a tiny bit of breakup on that humbucker. It's basically clean, right? I can add the Minotaur to that. Trem. I can then turn off that trem using the Minotaur in the back pickup. Pretty nice overdrive sound. Right, then the other thing I could do is I could turn off the Joyo and just bring the Bogner in with the same allure. Don't know why. This, I also tried it with a Celestian open back 212 V30 with various different mic combinations. Went and bought that allure for this purpose, and it just doesn't sound good. With the Minotaur in front of it. Now, to me, it sounds much better to turn the Joyo on into that Deluxe 112 cabinet and then use the Bogner as a distortion pedal. I really like that tone. It's too edgy, you can clean it up with the tone on. Just works really well. You can turn off the boost if you wanted. Get two flavors of clean. So just to be clear, that's just the Joyo. This is the Joyo with the Bogner in front of it. And then turning on the boost and the Joyo turns it into like a rock amp kind of sound. Add the Minotaur for lead. Great, like mid-pushed lead sound, right amount of sustain, right amount of compression. It's not insanely noisy by any stretch of imagination. If this guitar sound in a PA and in a monitor or in an ear sounded the way it does, I could happily gig with this tomorrow, no problem. Really like the sound of it. And then to go a bit more atmospheric on it, you could turn off the Minotaur, bring in the trem, maybe bring off the Bogner, bring back in the Minotaur actually, and for me it does that equally well. So, in my opinion, really simple way of doing this is to get an American Sound, put it in the effects loop, use the free Allure 112 cabinet from Line6, and then choose a distortion pedal to put in front of the Amoon Sound through the same, for the American Sound I should say, through the same allure. I think you get a pretty good starting place to build a rig from. So there you go. I think it's a perfectly usable and actually really quite good responsive way of running direct using the HX effects. Gotta say, the American Sound just saves the day again. There's 3 different situations I've tried this pedal in now, and in each one, in my opinion, it's done really, really well for a €30 pedal. Amazing. That combined with the Allure 112 free IR from Line6, I think you've got a really respectable direct sound. Personal taste, obviously. I don't really care that much about fidelity. I'm more about like performance and quality of the song you're playing I think is far more important than anything else. But I think this will work really well as a direct solution. So yeah, if you've gotten this far, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon. Please like and subscribe. Take it easy. Bye bye.